you. My name is Berma, and I come from a Nepali family. So my family's origins take place in Nepal, but my origins are from somewhere not too far along the way called Scarborough. That's where I'm from. Yay! Scarborough's in the house. Dope. Those are the people you don't want to talk to. Anyways, so being from Scarborough, you know, growing up as a first-generation immigrant, you kind of have a lot of pressure on you. You know, it's hard trying to communicate all the norms of Western society to parents who've only been here for like 5, 10 years, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard. So going to high school, so being in Scarborough, you know, it was really easy to be influenced by other people and the decisions that they make. I had a lot of friends that made dumb decisions in their lives and are unfortunately not here with us, whether it be, you know, for the worst case scenario, or they're in prison, or they just got moved to another city because they were dumb. Whatever the reason may be, you know, they're not here to share the story with me anymore, which really sucks. But in high school, I had a lot of choices to make, and one of them was starting to write poetry, and poetry really changed who I was. So instead of going out to these house parties where fights would break out, where people would, you know, do substances that I can't really name outside and, like, you know, do things that would get them in trouble, I just went to perform and go to open mics. And it really hit me when I made the right decision. So there was two paths. There was, you know, get into trouble or do poetry. And I totally took doing poetry to heart. And, you know, I was lucky enough to travel to Ottawa and win a national championship, travel to thank you. I've traveled to Chicago, Philadelphia. This summer we went to Atlanta. Next summer we're planning to send a team to Washington, D.C. to represent not just Toronto, but all of Canada in an international poetry slam. But all while this is happening, I still have friends in my neighborhood that are still getting arrested, still running from police. You know, it was this crazy story of how I played basketball with somebody who's on like a wanted list. So, you know, that's always interesting. But one of the main stories that really helped me find who I was one day I was in my high school. I was, you know, not to toot my own horn, but I was a pretty popular guy. I did both the musicals in my high school. You know, I ran for student council president, you know, all that stuff. But one day I was walking through the hallways of my high school, you know, checking up on everybody, making sure everybody's good, went to the bathroom, and a couple of homies were there. Not like close friends, but people you just know, because in high school you kind of know everybody. It's not like a choice, you gotta know everybody. So anyways, I walk in, and, you know, we have this kind of routine in our high school for those kids who want to kind of, like, you know, do illegal activity in the bathroom. And so as soon as the door opens, everybody acts like they're peeing. So, like, that totally happened. And then I looked at them and I was just like, okay, like, I know what's really happening. Like, don't worry about it. Whatever. So then I asked one of the homies, I was just like, hey, are you guys okay? Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of crazy stuff's been going on. Just checking up on them. And, you know, one of the guys is just like, yeah, I'm fine. And he lifts up his shirt and he has a gun on his waist. And this is in my high school. And that was the first moment where I was just like, So I could do one of two things. I could either, you know, just be like, hey, like, you know, what are you doing with that? Or B, back out, because I didn't know what to do. And I made the wrong choice and I backed out. And it's crazy to think if at that moment I just decided to speak up, you know, maybe that person would have put it away and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm not perfect. I don't think anybody is. But it's all about learning in retrospect what happened and trying to fix that. So in case, you know, you go through a similar scenario, it's important to know what decision you should take. So if you rewind to that grade 12 year and I had to, you know, say something, definitely would have asked him to put it away. You know what I mean? The city is getting crazy. The city is getting very, very crazy. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the news and what's going on, and beyond, you know, regular city drama, there's a lot of stabbings and shootings and things going on, which is really unfortunate, especially in the inner city. So let me, like, this is a really important story that I have to share before I get into my poem. So 2 years ago, I was traveling and we were going to Philadelphia. I came back And 2 days later, the pizza store that I went to every day in high school was shot up. There's been no, like, they haven't found anything related to it, but one of the employees that served me pizza for 4 years of high school was shot dead. And that is a moment in your life that you will never forget. Walking through your neighborhood, seeing the forensic vans, seeing the yellow tape, and texting everybody, making sure everybody's okay. That's something that I don't think anybody should have to go through. And so it's really important that we spread awareness. You know, people are going to make mistakes, but it's important that those of you who are in this room listening to my story, listening to the other stories you'll hear throughout the night, hear them and decide, hey, maybe next time situation A happens, I'll think about the story Berma was talking about, and I'll make the right choice, right? So with that being said, everybody has like this super serious face and like is mad at me now, so we're going to change that. It was really funny that we did that Harry Potter activity because she said, what's your favorite animal? And totally I thought of an albatross. We'll get to that after. But so there's this thing in poetry that people do when they enjoy what they're hearing, and it's snapping. So can I get everybody to snap for me real quick? Cool, we got that established. There's this thing that I like to do though. It's like you know when you have like soup on a cold day and you make that sound, right? Can I get everybody to make that sound? Dope. All right, and soul grind. No, this is the soul grind. So I'm a huge fan of Rick Ross and hip hop, and like, thank you. And so there's this sound that this gentleman by the name of Ricky Rose makes. He's from the port of Miami, and he has this like guttural, I got punched in the gut, but I'm a thug, so it doesn't hurt sound, and it sounds like, right? So on the count of 3, can I get everybody to just give me like the soul grunt, all right? 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. So the reason why I found the animal activity very funny is because this poem is about albatrosses. Can anybody tell me what an albatross is?
I know that it's a bird.
It's a bird, thank you. That's all I really needed to know. So it's the largest bird that can fly. Thank you, that's even better. So keep that in mind and enjoy, and remember the soul grunt. Reasons why my life would be better as an albatross. 1, I'd have a 12-foot wingspan. Marvel in my glorious wings as I decide to take flight. Alas, no more being picked last in basketball because my 12-foot wingspan is taller than Shaq, laying on his back after I dunk on his baby 7'7" T-Rex arms. My little cousin's wingspan is your tallest human being. Be jealous too. I could fly. I am a pilot amongst choo-choo train drivers. You think you can, you think you can, I know I can, I fly. And not just because it's the most efficient means of travel, I fly because it brings me closer to the heavens that I deserve to be in. I poop on your means of travel. 3, I spent most of my life at sea. In water so pure and untouched, there are no metaphors or simile to describe its beauty. Water, once covered by land called Pangea, until cracked into rivers and lakes that you use as your human essence. So what I'm trying to say is that the human essence is my playground. Be jealous. 4, they say albatross meet mates through the act of dance. So when I meet my young, beautiful albatross, I will pop, lock, and drop all of my emotions until she can't get enough. See, Martin had a dream, Kendrick had a dream, and I have a dream that my children can have a dream. So when I meet my mate, I will stank. When I meet my mate, I will stanky leg with such stank that future generations will Febreze caskets before burials. 5. Shout out to the soul ground, thank you. 5, they say albatross move in flocks that are 1,000 deep, and in my projected 50-year lifespan, I was never too good at math, so I don't know how many birds that is a year, but that's a lot. And maybe as an albatross, I could do something that I never really did as a human being. Maybe I could be accepted for who I am, because I'm here on stage sharing stories about how much I'd be an albatross than be my freaking self, and it sucks sometimes. So this is for the young albatross sitting in the nest, hoping to grow human legs and moonwalk away. Don't do it. It's not worth it. And when it comes your time, young albatross, spread your wings and fly and watch them be jealous. Thank you.